A pensive Cadell Evans at the start of the third stage of the Santos Tour Down Under, the Thomas Food sponsored Norwood to Campbelltown. Total of 105 kilometres. Adam Hansen in the Skoda polka dot jersey there, and the countdown.
Yes, lining up to 145 kilometres between Norwood and Campbelltown, with a big sting in the tail because facing the riders with 7.5 kilometres to go, the ascent of Corkscrew Hill.
That would always be the target of the day, but immediately from the gun, an attack by Travis Meyer. A Drapac rider again on the attack for the third day running. A counter move by Jérôme Cousin of Europe Car, the Frenchman, and then came the Ukrainian Andrei Grifko, followed by none other than Jens Voigt. Four of them trying to get clear. Voigt the last to catch up, the number on his back reflecting his age, the oldest man in the race. He joins the breakaway soon after the start. Four riders were clear. The peloton not too interested and lagging now by about 2 minutes.
Yes, but not allowing the breakaway to get too much of an advantage on a day like this. In fact, they never managed to crack the 3-minute mark, while the four leaders at the front of the race worked and collaborated extremely well together.
Continuing to gain as they went past the chain of ponds, an area where we raced through on yesterday's stage as well. The riders now heading towards the first target of the day, which was Kersbrook, and the sprint there at 38 kilometres done. The rider in second place, Grifko, chasing the small time bonuses. He was best placed in the breakaway, 21 seconds off the ochre jersey, going across in second place there. Main field passing through, Paul, just on 2 minutes behind.
Yes, but interestingly enough, being led by Orica Greenedge, the team of the overall leaders, Simon Gerrans. By the time they got to the 54-kilometre point in Williamstown, it was Grifko getting himself a 3-second time bonus, this time ahead of Travis Meyer.
Yes, reducing his overnight deficit from 21 seconds to 16 seconds, and by virtue of the lead of over 2 minutes, he was the leader on the road. Four riders now in the heat of the midday sun, the temperatures rising over 33 degrees Celsius. Michael Matthews tapping out the rhythm in defence of the ochre jersey, and the sun finally got to Jérôme Cousin, and he fell away from the leaders.
Enthusiasm with the spectators, knowing that this was going to be a big day once the race got to Corkscrew Hill. The three leaders now, though, as they went under the famous rocking horse in this area, starting to lose their advantage.
They were now making the long descents down towards the turn onto the climb itself of Corkscrew Hill, the big talking point of the day. But the riders now, at 20 kilometres to go, were hoping they could make the finish. A long sweeping bend at the bottom of the road there. Jean-Henri Le Cuisinier, a Frenchman on Française des Jeux, was left on the road. And at the same time, up front, Travis Meyer was left off the back of the breakaway.
Yes, but the main field were taking this climb very seriously indeed, and Team Sky were all over the front trying to set something up for their man, Richie Port, who was sitting there in second position. But Cadell Evans on the other side, as they approached the summit of Corkscrew Hill, had something else to say.
And then a superhuman effort from Cadell Evans after his teammate had softened them up at the bottom of the climb. Richie Port could not hang on to the Tour de France winner. Simon Gerrans had made a slow start to the climb, but he was now getting in the swing of things. He came up behind Richie Port. Port tagged onto him while over the top with a lead of some 17 seconds. Cadell Evans was topping now Corkscrew Hill, and before a huge crowd was now diving down the 7 kilometres to the finish.
He led over the top by around about 17 seconds, but knew there was only 7 minutes of effort left on the very fast running down towards the finish, where he touched speeds approaching 100 kilometres an hour.
13 seconds behind overnight, a 10-second win bonus for Cadell Evans. The main field running in just behind him, enough to give him the ochre jersey as the new race leader.
No, I had an idea of what we might have an opportunity to do, and it's always might, if, maybe. But in this sport, when you take a chance, when you have an opportunity, you have to run with it. And right to the last 300 metres, I wasn't sure that I had it, and I still don't know what the time gap is. And in the end, the move for me is always for GC. Actually, if I stage things and so on, well, that's of course great. But GC is what we're really here for.
The team were right up for it as well when they came to Corkscrew, because you used all of the team and then eventually you took responsibility yourself.
Yeah, we've been training well. We have a really solid group here. Ben's a new addition to our team. Rick as well, Rick Zabel, and I have to say they've come right into our group, right into our synchronisation really well. It's been a pleasure so far, and I hope I can deliver them some more satisfaction.